We'll wait for another 2 minutes and then we'll start the session. We start with a very small prayer. Sarve loka sukhino bhavantu. Sarve loka sukhino bhavantu. Sarve loka sukhino bhavantu. This prayer has a very special meaning. Together, as a group, we pray for the well being of the society, for its freedom, and for its wellness. And group has a very strong power. Together, when we do anything, it has capacity to move mountains. So this group today is sending vibrations of wellness and well-being in the entire universe. And that's coming back to us multiplied. And this is only amplification in its play. Yeah. Um, we start this session. Very happy to be present here. I'm Nimit. I'm just an instrument in delivering this divine knowledge of Sujok to the entire participants who are here. Professor Amit sir, he has been very helpful in implementing the entire journey, entire presentation. So thank you, Amit sir, for giving us this platform. AIIMR, he's the founder of this entire institute. It is into alternate medicines, therapeutic medicines, wellness, etc. So everybody who is coming here together, joining in hands, it's starting its journey towards wellness. So we are very happy to present together, I and AIIMR, as a part of this organization, as part of his student, as a part of his legacy, to bring this platform, to bring these knowledges, to bring these pearls of truth that divine is entering in, sending in, and sharing it with you all. So thank you everybody for starting your journeys. Thank you everybody for being here. And we start our presentation now. Um, while we have a lot of new people here, we also have a lot of people who are hearing this knowledge for the second time, third time, fourth time, maybe. But I would urge everybody who is present here to keep their containers open, big, wide, The kind of knowledge that flows in depends on the size of the container. Now, whether you want success, whether you want money, whether you want a life force, whether you want wellness, the amount of it coming inside you depends on the size of the container that you hold. Yeah. God is distributing things everywhere. You may have, just one bucket, you may have one katora or a very big system. And I would urge everybody who is joining here for the first time, second time, fifth time, listen to this pearls of knowledge very deeply, because everything will open up new petals as you grow inside the system, as you learn bigger things, better things, advanced things. You will come back to this root, which is Sujok, and this will keep treating you and giving you simple solutions. It's like no matter where you go in the world, no matter where you are, how advanced you are, when you come back to your mother, when you come back to your motherland, things look simple, things look easy, things look doable, things look, I'll be fine. Yeah. So it's the same energy that Sujok carries with us, as healers, as students, as participants. We've all experienced this in our journey, that no matter where we are, when we come back to Sujok, sometimes it gives just such miracle results that we feel that, why did I miss this? So that's the power of Sujok. That's the power of a mother. That's the power of a motherland. That's the power of the energy that it gives us. And Sujok is so simple that even kids can learn it. So when we decide to go anywhere, even in Bautic world, even in Lौकिक world, हम कहीं भी travel कर रहे होते हैं, कहीं भी जाना होता है, तो उसके पहले हम Google कर लेते हैं कि वो जगह क्या है, कैसी है, क्या कर सकती है, क्या नहीं कर सकते, हम किसको लेके जा सकते हैं. हाँ, तो वैसे ही हम आज सुजोग जानने से पहले ये जानेंगे सुजोग करता क्या है. ठीक है. तो सुजोग की क्या बेनिफिट्स है, क्या कर सकता है, हम क्या लेके जा सकते हैं, हम क्या करना चाहिए. बहुत सारे हमारे यहाँ के नए नए पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं जो पर सुन रहे हैं, and they will be amazed to see that what Sujok has in itself. It's not just correspondence system. It's not just हाथ और पैर में points और वो दबाओ, नहीं. ये चीज बहुत बहुत गहरी है. और जैसे जैसे आप बढ़ते जाएंगे, एक्यूपंक्चर करेंगे, 10 बैलेंस करेंगे, आप 10 बैलेंस सीड्स के साथ एक्सपेरिमेंट करो एंड यू विल रियलाइज दैट देयर इज huge difference. I've done that. I started using 10 balance only by using seeds, and it's created wonderful, wonderful results. So come back to come back to Sujok always and see new petals open up for you, and you will realize that it's just amazing the results that you can see, the experiments that you can do, and the things that you can explore with this therapy. Yeah. So I'll just begin sharing my screen. So the man in the blue shirt. So please highlight or spotlight yourself. So he's a founder. He's the founder of AIIMR, and he has been acupuncturist himself for about more than 10 years. Um, दिल से सिखाते हैं. तो it just helps us to know that where we should be and where we should aim at and how we should be teaching in certain nuances. Yeah, sometimes it's not about what you teach, how you teach. It's also about the human being that the person is. So, very glad to be associated with it. Myself, Dipti, I'm the presenter of Sujok today, the therapy. Just the beginning. And every time I study more and more, I feel there is such an ocean left to explore. So we are just here. Everybody of us is a learner. Everybody of you is a teacher. Once you learn, go back to your world, treat your child, treat your parent, treat your husband, your partner, and you will realize that Sudoku is easy and doable. Yeah. Professor Park Jae-woo. He's a Korean origin. He introduced Sudoku to the whole world. He introduced what medicine free world is. Well, we knew medicine free world in a very different way. He introduced medicine free world in a very scientific and a very simpler way. So simple and yet so easy that even a child can learn it. He was born in 1942. He passed away in 2012. He explored Sujok in about 8 to 10 years, researched deeply, and in 1987, his first framework came out saying that hand and feet are equivalent to human body. In such a short span, he created and revolutionized the entire world. So much so that even the medicine world today is accepting Sujok as a part of their therapy. There are two parts to Sujok, one which is for the local man, one which is for the researchers, for the experts, and for the doctors. So that level is really different, where they combine the new medicine and they combine Sujok with treatments to people, right? So Sujok is now in about 57 countries worldwide. He was a Korean philosopher and he guided Sujok for the benefit of mankind. His vision was always to create a pain free, medicine free world. And in such a short span of time. So you always have to realize that first there was a computer which was so big, and now the computer is so small. First the chips were so big, now it's so small. Phones were very bulky, now they are lighter, better, nicer, right? And the phone is just an invention 20 years. But every time you know there is an invention, it is only an advancement to the previous therapies that exist. So Jog is similar. It has been in existence only from 1987. But in such a short span of time, it has created history, it has created wonderment, it has reached every household. And there's an urge that every person in one household should know, one person in one household should know Sujok. It's that easy and it's that effective. Yeah, it has no side effects. कोई दुर्दशा नहीं होती, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती. तो no side effects. It's a natural healing system. This therapy can be done to elders, even a 3-month-old child, even to senior citizens, 80-year-old, somebody who's having chronic disease, somebody who's in a cancer patient, somebody who is a kidney patient, CKDs, anything and everything. This therapy can be used. It is only helping become better. It is only helping reduce the stress levels that are there in human body. So I have a neighbor of mine. She comes from fourth. When she was 4 years old, she comes every day to meet me for even 5 minutes. She's my neighbor. And there's a small video that I would like to play because that's her insistence that you show this for sure. So I will do that. Just allow me a minute, or rather, I'll play a little while later. Um, Another thing is it's a great diagnostic tool. So सुजोग सिर्फ बीमारी के लिए नहीं, आपको बीमारी होने भी वाली होगी तो आपको बता देगा कि ये होने वाली है, आप ठीक हो जाओ. हाँ, so सुजोग में इतना पावर है. Treatment can be done with very minimal institutes, seeds, magnets, probes, less expensive. Now, probe, a lot of people will not know what probes are. Probe is something like this as an instrument. Yeah, you can use this for, you can use this, as an instrument, and this is used to find out which is the painful point. And when you use this becomes an instrument. You can use pencil if you don't have, you can use a toothpick if you don't have, you can use, let that be the blunt side of the toothpick, you can use a matchstick, you can use a comb, you can use a sharp comb which comes from behind, anything which is little sharp, and it can help you stimulate. Yeah, so this is the probe that is there. There are few tapes which are used, there are few seeds which are used, and these are enough to ensure that you start the treatment. Yeah. So it is superb treatment in emergencies. Emergencies means आज गिरे patient bathroom में, डॉक्टर को आना या एम्बुलेंस में आना 10 मिनट है, 15 मिनट में आप क्या कर सकते हो? उस 10 मिनट में भी आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो. आप पेशेंट की जान बचा सकते हो. आप ये समझिए कि आपको कुछ नहीं पता चलता, आपके जब प्रियजन, बहुत ही प्यार देने वाले, लेने वाले गिर जाते हैं, बीमार होते हैं, तो समझ में नहीं आता क्या करना. बट सुजोग इतना सिंपल है कि उस वक्त भी याद आ जाता है आपको क्या करना है. It is a very, very supportive treatment in chronic disease. My father was a cancer patient, and I can't thank Sujok enough how much it is done to him. Yeah. So it is very good in what kind of diseases it can treat. It can treat musculoskeletal, आँख दुख रही है, कान दुख रहा है, पेट में सूजन है, loose motions, diarrhea, lung infections, lung issues, nephrosis, anything can be treated. Most of it can be treated. There are exceptions, of course. You can't treat a polio patient. It can help, but it can't treat. So there is a polio patient, somebody who's born with disformities. That's something that Sudoku can't do. It can help you reduce the symptoms that come on day-to-day basis. It can't treat as such. So of course, every pathy has limitations. Some of the limitations of Sujoga are these. It also treats the metaphysical and physical elements. Metaphysical यानी जो भौतिक नहीं है, सूक्ष्म है. तो it treats physical and metaphysical elements. It includes diseases of minds. Today we focus only on physical elements. So why does disease occur first? Disease is not that the pathogen is entered. Disease is because your alignment with the superior, the infinite, has broken. And when that breaks, that's when the aura kind of weakens, and that's when the pathogen enters. And when the pathogen enters, that's when you have a disease, right? So it's not darkness, it's the absence of light. It's in the similar way when you kind of look at disease is not, bacteria entering in or virus entering in. It's you not in alignment with the superior that the disease has entered. Now that the disease has entered, when you treat with medicines, will it go away? Every day there is a situation that happens in everybody's life. There is something or the other thing happening. Kuch upar, kuch niche, kuch alag, kuch khatta, kuch meetha. And when these things happen, there are emotions that are generated inside your body. You are happy, you are sad, you are emotional, you cry. There is anger, there is resentment, there is a feeling of loneliness, there is a feeling of I am alone. These feelings, these negative feelings, bring about some hindrance in your everyday activity inside your body, inside at the cellular level. And when these things happen, that's when disease enters. So when you are treating anything, even if it's a headache, even if it's a cough, and even if it's a cold, while we may treat it with various things, very important to know and go to the root that made it happen. Yeah. Is it immune system? If the immune system is weak, why is the lung weak? Which chakra is problem? And if that chakra is problem, can I heal it? Can I heal it enough that it will not come back again? These are few nuances that when you sit together by yourself in alignment is when you realize that these things are possible and they can create miracles, because supreme power is with you in your healing, in your hand, and you are not alone. Everything that happens in this universe happens because of his divine power, which is all good. There is no bad thing. He doesn't punish. It's our belief that he punishes, but it doesn't. And when this happens, and when you're in alignment, and when you know, there's a deep sense of gratitude that comes in, and you will know that him. Yeah. So disease, while you're treating the physical level, the manifestation, it's important that we also, especially in chronic diseases, to kind of go back and see where the root is and can we treat it. And Sujok helps us do that. So in this presentation, you will see a lot of terms being used again and again, especially newcomers. And you will see something like Sujok body, Sujok hand, Sujok leg. We will come to it. Every detail of it will be explained in the seminar. Everything you will learn, everything you will understand. But it's very important that these terms are something that you will hear often, see it, and you will experience in your 2 days are with you. Yeah. Tool names, Jimmy, I already showed that this is the Jimmy that you have. There are seeds मतलब मेथी, मरी, मटर, मूग जो आपके किचन में होता है. हाँ, there are magnets that are there, and there is methi patti. These are the terms that you will see often being used in this. Now, the role of emotion and intention, we've already discussed this, but we also have to know that the thought that creates disease, that I'm unwell, is also the thought that creates wellness. It's also the inside feeling that I want to become fine and good, and you become that. So the thought that creates disease also has power in it to heal. And when you become healer to your mother or to your father or to your child, the intention is very important. So one is karma, one is gun. When you do that karma of giving a medicine, that's great, but before putting that, just put that intention that my child is going to be fine, she's going to be all right, she's amazing. And when you put that intention inside any medicine, any, not just a joke, but any medicine, it will multiply 100 times. It's like your child going to exam, not very happy about it, tensed, and the child tells the mother, ki, mother, please wish me luck, please pray for me. Yeah, happens. If that happens, and if your child is gone, you wish them luck, you wish them good luck. It's not just words, it's not just physical words, it's the energy that you're sending out with him. He may forget that there has been something spoken, or somebody is, praying for me, or somebody is wishing me well. But when he sits there in exam and studies, he will know that the mother's energy is there. It's just there. It's the same way the seed has mind, body, soul, energy, life force, all of this. When you put your intention in that seed, you will realize that it is multiplied its effect, and the intention works. Lot of YouTube videos you will see, a lot of Instagram, reels you will see, water manifestation, blah blah. All of it is just intention. Even if you don't do nothing of it, and you just put a very strong focused intention in your mind, it will work. And that's the power of meditation. When you sit in meditation, and most of them, when they sit in meditation, they can heal a lot of it, not through external things, but only through the power of intention. Because they are observers, they become observers. There is a strong focus of on wellness. There is only one thing that this should heal, and it heals, because that's the power of thought. So what is Sujok? Yeah. So Sujok is a lot of things, and if you see, it's very, very simple thing. It embraces a lot of traditional things. Yeah. It is, it has powerful treatment with chakras. It has powerful treatment on energy points. It has powerful treatment on pyramids. It is diamond energy system, or tri-origin. That's the highest form. Before Professor passed away, he introduced tri-origin to the world, and after that was only smile meditation. And that these were the two powerful techniques that he introduced to the world, and he passed away in 2012. And it's also based on acupuncture and TCM, which itself is so powerful. A lot of diseases which cannot be treated by anything can be treated by acupuncture. And when you kind of see this, Sujok is an amalgamation of both. So when you know your correspondence system that we are going to learn today, and you apply, say, crystals or pyramid, small pyramids that you get, and you apply with that color which is resonating with that organ, you will see that the results have been amazing. Yeah, it's the same thing where Ayurveda, right? Ayurveda says that for cough, you kind of use ginger. And when you know the correspondence system and you apply ginger on this, it has miracles, right? So it's a mix of all, but yet it makes life so much more simpler. So you'll be able to use this more often, very doable. Every person will be able to do the first aid that is needed and treat and ensure that your world is medicine free. As a family, we have reduced our medicine intake by almost one third, and trust me, we had a lot of medicines. Yeah, so it's just amazing the way it kind of embraces everything that is there around us, and yet it's a complete science in itself. Methods in Sujok practice. Now, there are two kinds of methods, right? One is objective and one is based on consciousness. When we say objective method, what it means just one thing, that somebody sitting there, I tell them that there is this headache, ये point है, आप ये point लगा लो, and this point लगाना मतलब objective. And when you come to us and then you say that I have a chronic disease, I need a certain level of learning, I need a certain level of understanding, I need to deep dive, I need to ask few things. And then when this consciousness develops in me that this is the pattern that is there, I give you a treatment, and that's consciousness treatment. It requires a special state of consciousness. So what we are learning today is an objective method. If you're after learning this, if your friend is unwell somewhere and she is saying that मेरे को सर दर्द है, आप यहाँ से बैठ के बता सकते हो ये पॉइंट कर, ये कर, and you will be able to treat the person even from a distance. Yeah, so that's an objective method of correspondence. So basic correspondence system falls under objective method. Your tri-origin, your six key energy consciousness, that comes under consciousness treatment. So everybody who's listening here for the second or the third time would know that there are two methods that are existing. One is your objective method and one is your consciousness method. Now comes what is Sujok. Su means hand, joke means foot. Yeah, so it's not a joke, J-O-K. It's not Su, the Amir Khan wala Su. It's Sujok. It's very simple. It's Su means hand, joke means your foot. Now it's a Korean word. Professor Park Jae-woo was from Korea, and he introduced the science, and it got to him that what should I keep, and it turned out in his consciousness when he was meditating that this has to be Sujok. It's just simple. When you say something like Su and joke, like I will tell a lot of us healers keep fighting. What should be the name of my institute? What should be the name of my clinic? What should be the name I should keep? Should I keep this? Should I keep that? Yeah. And sometimes just simple words make a difference. So similarly, when Sujok was introduced, it was so simple, hand and foot. Any treatment that can be done with hand and foot, it's Sujok. Yeah, so the words are as simple as the therapy itself. Now, simply putting, Professor Park Jae-woo only meant that hand is similar to human body. We are human beings, and our hand and feet reflect everything that is there, um, on our hand. Whatever is there, it is reflective of the body, and whatever is there in the body is reflective on the hand and feet. Yeah, we are made of mind, body, soul, energy, life. Similarly is the case of hand and feet, and this is so powerful that you will realize that. And this has spiritual significance also. So when you go back to the deity world, when you go back and pray to our deities, you will realize they're always doing this. And when they are doing this, physically it's just a hand, but metaphysically it also means that energy is getting transmitted. Very strong positive energy is getting transmitted, right? So it's not by happenstance. It's not just simply possible that, hand is just like that, kept like that. Why is it kept like that? It's just powerful energy system. Entire body coming over here and all the energy passing on to you. And that's not just like that. Similarly, when we bow down to our elders, when we bow down to our deities, when we enter the temple, we put, we do their feet, we touch their feet, and that feet has a very strong, strong resonance. Now, imagine thousands of devotees coming there with very pure intention, going there inside, putting the thought that we are all powerful, thank you, all of that. That energy that deity is absorbing, the deity itself has so much of energy, and when you touch that, that energy passed on, and that gets multiplication effect. Also, the shape of the temple is triangle, right? So it's a pyramid, and when that happens, that's a multifold effect. So imagine, घुम्मट होता है मंदिर के ऊपर. So if you see all of this spiritual significance, see it Sujok, and you will realize that Sujok is an amazing, amazing science by itself. So when you have read a lot of spiritual things, when you have read, a lot of all these things which, in energy world, when you enter, you realize that there is a huge sense of resonance, and everything talks about higher vibration. And when this happens, Sujok becomes very, very simple and comes to your rescue for treating you. Yeah, and we are just a part of him, and when we are a part of him, a treatment from him gives us immense results. So it's not just the shape, right? It's not just the shape that is similar. It's also, when we say similar, it's not just the shape and body, right? It's also, the character. It's also the energy. It's also the value systems. It's also everything that matches. And when there is a similar principle of similarity, things happen. Good attracts good, positive attracts positive. So when you are low, when you are down, never think that you're alone. And when that happens, that you're thinking positive, positive things happen. And that's because of the principle of similarity. And this principle of similarity throughout in Sujok, even tomorrow, you will see that this is main core grounding force that will define your treatment principles. Yeah. The principle of similarity. So never forget, Sujok means, again repeating, hand. Su means hand. Jok means feet. This principle works on a principle of similarity. Every organ, every part of our body, including our hand and feet, have mind, body, light of its own. Similar to our mind, similar to the universe, right? I hope this is kind of interesting for most of them so far. Now, Sujok has different dimensions. Most of us know only Sujok, matlab haath aur pair mein points. It's not like that. There is a Homo system, there is tri-origin, there is twist therapy, there is Sujok, six key, there is Sam, Wong, Gong, there is diamond energy, spiral systems, multiple things. Yeah. Now, why multiple things? Why can't there be one thing for everybody? Because everybody is unique, everybody is different. There are different levels of consciousness. When you are at different levels of consciousness, you attract different things. And sometimes this works and sometimes that works. But as you grow in your consciousness, you realize that, and when you reach your peak, you don't need any of it, just a thought, and you will be cured. Yeah. So, different methods. You have modern medicine, you have homeopathy, you have, and all of us in our clinical practice have done this, that when we learn, oh, this is my best therapy, although it may be, and although we may be very good practitioners, we have to realize that the therapy they are drawing towards them is based on their vibration and their level of consciousness. And when they come to us, it is based on that level of consciousness. Yeah. And sometimes when you push them too much, nahi ye karo, the body will not accept, and the body will say no to it. Yeah, so it's very important that we have this different method, different level of consciousness. Yeah. Charanjit, I would request you to mute yourself.
ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਆ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਨਾ ਹੱਥ ਤੇ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਰ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੋਏ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ।
I would request you to mute yourself.
ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਹੇਲੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਸਹੇਲੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਗੌਰਵ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ
Most powerful systems.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਣਾ ਲਓ
You mute her.
ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਡਰਾਇੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾ
Yeah, there are few most powerful systems that you'll see in Sujok world. Yeah. So these are most powerful systems that you see in Sujok world. These are used by most of the therapists a lot more now than before. Most of the Sujok therapists who are there 15 years back, 20 years back, have most of them experienced most of them. Yes, but nowadays the maximum things that are being used, if put this on the slide, you have meridian therapy, which is of course based on um, what is a meridian? Meridian is nothing but a pathway. Now there are various pathways in which there is a designated route, there's a designated travel. Now it's very scientific. Our body is very scientific. When he made us, he made it in a very systematic way. And when the systematic way was discovered and explored by all our rishis and all the TCM practitioners, they realized that there's a specific pathway in which energy flows, and these pathways are called meridians. There are practically about 12 meridians plus two, which are main highways, but more or less we can say that there are 12 meridians which run through our body, and there is specific pathways in which energy force, they're supposed to do a certain work, and they do that. So meridian therapy is a very successful, very successful system of healing. You have insect correspondence, which technically means that entire body is in the hand, same thing is in your hand, and same thing is also in your one single phalange. So when you're looking at yourself, don't look at yourself, Are, nakhun kaat gaya, yeah, it's just immense power every cell has. It has the power to cure yourself. You have your six key, which is very good. You have nail therapy, which is very successful and it can treat, very chronic diseases. You have diamond system as well, and these diamond system is metaphysical. It's very successful in treating psychological disorders, something which is related to psychosomatic diseases. Chakra systems, well known to all of us. Everybody who is a part of yoga over here and they know yoga, at some juncture we were all kind of known, understood chakras. They exist even in our hands, and these are very powerful tools. Now Diwali is coming, everybody is feeling very lethargic, very pain here, pain there. Things are not well, just mux on these points and it can create wonders. Yeah, you will be rejuvenated within just few seconds and you will see that things are amazing. So chakra systems, they exist even in our hands, and it's very much a part of Sujok. Now similarity of hand to body, so I will just kind of take little bit of break over here for 2 minutes and understand whether everybody's on the same page. If you have any questions, just let us know. Everybody, any questions?
Low volume, Deepti.
Any questions, Shirisha?
Low volume थोड़ा सा increase करनी चाहिए ना. Low volume.
Okay. Are you able to hear now? Well.
Yeah. Better.
Yeah.
Volume is fine.
Okay.
Anything else? Any questions you all have so far?
Ma'am, can you show the video that you had mentioned?
Yes, I will do that. This should be low volume, Shirisha, but nevertheless.
This is our human body in our hand. This is head and neck. These both are our hands. And these both are our legs.
Yeah, just so simple. She comes every day and we realize that she loves it. She explores all my kits. She does. She opens it without any distraction. She will use the jimmy. She will use the cupping. She will do everything. And she learned almost half of the body system with me in Sujok. So it's amazing. She's 8-year child and she loved this therapy. Her mother would not, but every time she falls sick, even a scratch, and she'll come and say, color therapy, please come to give me points, etc. So yeah, so even kids love it. And we have had treatments to 2 3 kids and they've all worked wonders. And so happy because no medicine, right? No kadwapan, no injections, and they get treated just like this. Yeah, so any questions so far? Anybody? All the new therapists? Any questions? Okay, so we continue with our next slide, similarity of hand to body. When we say that our hand is similar to body, um, this is what Professor Park Devu came up with. He said that our hand is similar um, to our human body. And what's important to understand is that there are 3 C's which are very, very important, or 3 A's which are very, very important. Yeah. The reason why he kind of said that our hand is similar to human body was there's a very small story which I would like to say. Um, it started with Professor Park Jaewook's son being unwell. And when he was unwell, there was a carpenter work which was going on, and there was a needle that was inserted, and he became all right in just one day. And when he started experimenting and checking, what is it that has kind of given this kind of a result, that's when he started exploring human hand and body. And that's when he came to a conclusion that, your human body is similar to a human hand. An entire body can be mapped inside the human hand. So, so what's important in this is to realize that when you are looking at this system and when you are looking at it, a lot of therapists also don't get results a lot of time, including me in my initial journeys, because we don't accurately plot what the location is. So it's very, very, very important that we know what is the correct location of what we are treating. So if there is a pain in eye, then we need to know what is the exact location of eye in our hand. If we fail to know the correct location of eye in our hand, we will not get results. So, very important to know that there should be accuracy in our plotting of organ or the disease that we are talking about. Yeah, so correct point or accuracy is extremely important. Also, a lot of times therapists, when they're beginning, especially beginners, when they start treating the patient or their child or their husband or their wives, they will do it for one day. And when they start doing it for one day and the second day and they don't get results, or they do get only 10% results, they stop doing it. What's important is not just the correct point. What's important is also the consistency of that action that you're taking. Do it for about 3 or 4 days, see whether it is working, see whether you've done accurately, see whether all the steps have been followed, minute things which are important have been taken care, and then you see that the result is coming or not, and then decide. Yeah. Then another thing is that you need to be continuity or all right every day. There is a pain in your head, there is a pain in your back, there is a lumbar pain that you are experiencing. You get well in the Sujok treatment, and then after that, nothing. 1 month gone, 2 months gone, nothing. No action taken after that. It's very important that we also do it continuously. Like today, we have a lumbar pain. We have become all right in 1 month. Very important that after 2 months, we follow up with 2 more sessions, 3 more sessions, and we kind of ensure that it doesn't come back again. Yeah. So, continuity of it is extremely important for all of us, even us, even we as therapists, we should take care of ourselves as well. So, there is a problem that we know is chronic that has come back again every 3 months or every 5 months, we need to make sure that we're treating ourselves also accordingly, consistently. Yeah, because it's very, very simple. It not does not take sometimes more than 5 minutes once you've mastered this art. So just 5 minutes from your busy schedules, you do everything for your husband, wife, children, do something for yourself, remove that time for 5 minutes and start treating yourself consistently as well. Now, when we say that part, a human body is similar to a hand, or a hand is similar to human body, it is not without evidence. In geometry, we always used to say A is equal to B. We have to do one formula, prove it, and later on we say, yes, this is not equal to it, or yes, this is equal to it. Yeah. There are certain parameters that we follow, and when these parameters are taken care of, we agree and confirm that this is equivalent to this. Similarly, in Sujok, there are principles, and if we say that this is similar to this, not just in air, not just like that, it is based on certain principles, and these principles are what we are going to see in the coming slide. Yeah, the criteria of the shape, size, level, everything. Head is similar to thumb. Now if you see, the head is very much similar to thumb. Yeah, if we kind of open it correctly, you will realize that there is the head which looks very, very similar to the thumb. Yeah, just give me a minute. Yeah, so your head is similar to thumb. uh, and then you will realize that when he started exploring this, that the head is similar to thumb, he started exploring the other fingers, other parts of the hand, and he realized that everything that we're talking about is matching. Your head is similar to it, your body looks very, very similar to your hand and feet, and that's when he designed and came up with the concept that hand. And then he did research, he experimented, he checked on various patients, he treated them, and then is when he came out after 8 9 years of research that yes, this is possible and this is correct, and this is what we are going ahead as a therapy. Now if we see the next, thumb is similar to head. You see, our palm is very much similar to the center part of our body, that is the trunk. Now trunk is composed of two things: the thoracic region where our lungs are, and then the abdominal region where our intestine and stomach is. So your center part is also a square, and your hand is also a square. You have your hands and feet coming out. Your hand and feet have three joints each, so is your hand having three joints. So your hand consists of your shoulder joint, your elbow joint, and your wrist joint, and your these fingers also have three joints. Similarly on your hand. Now your face has your face, and there is a neck, and your thumb also has two phalanges, your face and your neck. So your hand is not just similar in terms of just the outer appearance and the shape, also in the minute parts that we're describing in our hand and our body is also similar. Now we are talking about similarity of the protruding parts. Now what is the meaning of protruding? जो बाहर आ रहा है. तो आपके सेंटर के धड़ से आपके फेस और नेक बाहर आ रही है, आपके दो हैंड्स बाहर आ रहे हैं, आपके पैर बाहर आ रहे हैं. Similarly, in your hand, there are two things that are coming out. These two are your hands. This is your head region. So you have five fingers. This five fingers, your thumb is representing your head. There are two hands, and these two are your legs. So you will see that the number of projections in your body and your number of projections in your Sujok body are similar. So when we talk about Sujok body, I'm referring to the hand. When I'm talking about physical body, I'm talking about a human body in full fledged. It's a very, very wonderful system of the nature. Now imagine when a child is coming out of the womb of a mother, it's all in amazement. It's saying that, oh, this is this, this is this, this is this. So when a newcomers, especially the newcomers in a meeting, please be very, very conscious about the fact that we are having five portions or five projections in your body, five protruding parts in your body. And similarly, this is a concept which is coming up very, very basic, but I would like to go into the detail for all people who are present here. especially from the beginner's perspective, yeah, because it's very important that when they go back, there is no confusion in your mind as to what is hand, what is leg, what is, head. No, it will be in detail, it will be in micro detail. We'll also do practicals in coming 2 days, and you will know that every aspect of your hand has power to heal. Now, once you know that the parts are okay, the shape is square, this is square, the number of parts that are coming out is, similar to our human body. What's important is also the level at which these parts are. Very, very important to know that the level of the protruding parts is also similar. Now, when you're meeting a new friend of yours, when you have a friend who's just come become your friend, you know that, oh, you stay here, you stay here, oh, you stay here also, oh, you do this also. And that's when you grow more closer and closer and closer and you become best friends. It's the same thing with our body and our hand. Professor Park Jovi realized, oh, this is this, this is this, this is this, and there was wonderment in every aspect that he kind of found out. And when you study this science more deeper and deeper, you will realize that it has layers that it opens up when you kind of progress. Even in your acupuncture or your Sujok 6 key or other therapies, you will realize that this has powerful healing mechanisms. So if you see our hand, the hand is there, which is touching the ground. The two fingers are touching the ground, um, and our legs are also touching the ground. You have two fingers which are on the sides, which are slightly above. They are similar to our hand. And if you see our body and our face, the face is composed of two things, and same is over here. So here I would just like to stop my share and share with you the practicals. So yeah, we do the practicals again. Now, if you see a human body, now imagine this was a ground, and if you were standing here like this, your two fingers are kind of focused here on the ground. Your two small fingers are your hands, and this is your thumb. So if you have to check, just spread your hands and check like this, you will realize that this is similar to your human body. This is your head and neck. These two are your fingers. These two big fingers are your legs, and these two, the small fingers, are also your hands. Now, very important to know that the entire system is designed in such a way that these fingers not just are working for you as you do, but they're also behaving like a body. Now, a lot of times we should know that what is correspondence, what is the actual meaning of correspondence. Correspondence means something which is similar. Yeah, it's not the same. माँ नहीं है but माँ जैसी है. माँ जैसी वो मौसी. So it's the similar. It's similar. It's not the same. So what your hand is supposed to do, it will do. It has to work. It has to, use your hand for various purposes. It has to catch. It has to hold. It has to do that work as well. But what it also has to additionally do is project the entire body on to the hand and palm. And when you do that, and when you see it with that consciousness, you will realize that it is performing different actions. And these actions are mapped on the system. And when they kind of work together, it 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 develops a complete beautiful system of healing. Yeah. So hand is doing its work the way it is supposed to, but it is at the same time also treating yourself, because body and hand is similar. Yeah. Now, it's not just about the shape, not just about, at the level that you are, it's also about the direction. Even the directions match. So when Professor Mark Davis saw it very, very closely, he realized that even the directions match. The face is moving up, yeah. Your hands and feet are moving down. Even in your hand, if you kind of, keep your hand like this, you will know that your hand is also moving up. Your thumb is moving up, your two small fingers on the side are also, moving down, and both the feet are also moving down. So amazing, amazing similarities he discovered, and he presented it to the world, and it is only for the benefit of the humankind. Now, not just the direction, but also the proportion, right? If you see the thumb is the smallest in size amongst all fingers. So is our head and neck. If you see our legs, the legs are the longest, and so are the middle two fingers. Yeah. And if you see the little finger and the index finger, they are in between the thumb and the two fingers. So, similarly, if you see a human body, our face is the smallest, our legs are the longest, and our arms and trunk region, that's little shorter than the other than the legs. So our hand is not just similar in shape, it's not just similar in size, it's not just similar in the direction, but also in the proportion, right? So one more similarity for us to understand that why our hand is similar to our human body. So when we are doing this checklist, even the direction is similar, even the size is similar, in terms of proportions, even our areas are similar. This more and more makes us believe that yes, our hand is similar to human body. Not just the hand, and now if you further look into the bones of just yeah, even if you further look at our internal organs, not just the external thing, not just the protruding parts, but even when you enter deep inside the body, you will realize that inside also our hand is similar. So if you kind of look at the joint system, we know that our hands have shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint. Our fingers also have three joints in them. If you look at our feet, they have three joints. Now you know that even our fingers have. So now any joint problem, you know where to treat. You know that these are the fingers where you have to treat. Leg में joint problem है, hand में joint problem, we'll further see it. But problem है or joint में problem है, then you know that where we are supposed to treat. So our hands are also very, very similar to our human body. Our bones and the joint system is also telling us the same thing. Now, if you further look, our hand, this is a contraction part. Now, if you see, we are able to kind of bend this forward. How much we are able to bend behind? This much only. And this much. Now, if you see our human body, how much are we able to bend? A lot more. And how much are we able to bend behind? A little less. So, this is similar to this. Our hand is able to bend a lot more. Behind, we're not able to do it. Here also, it's the same thing. So, not just from the perspective of shape, size, direction, level, also from the perspective of flexibility. Yeah, also from the perspective of energy, that our hand is similar to a human body. Now, if you look at even our thumb, right? Like if we look at our thumb, the thumb is our head and our neck region, two joints. Even here, there are only two joints, one and two. So if you see your thumb, the thumb has two joints. There are two phalanges. Same thing over here with us. So amazing similarities. When he explored, oh, this is there, this is there, this is there. Conclusion, conviction started coming in saying that this is similar to this, and we should be able to treat everybody with the simple principle that hand is similar to human body. Now, so far, you realize that we've not talking a lot about joke. We're not talking a lot about our feet. Now, that's also one revelation that it came in later on, yeah, to Professor Park Jo, and we will see that in our coming slides. Okay, now we have our diaphragm line, and this is something very, 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 very important. Yeah, now you have to I'll just stop sharing here for a minute. Okay, there are a few things that you have to realize here. Now, you have your mid-sagittal line. When we say mid-sagittal line, it means the medial line. A medial line is something that divides your body into left and right. In an anatomy class, you must have always studied planes. Yeah, you have your medial plane, you have horizontal plane, you have transverse plane, all of this. Now, all of this, why I'm talking about, it's very, very important because this is applicable to Sujok body also, just like it's applicable to human body. Now, when you divide your body into a central line, your mid-sagittal plane, This mid sagittal plane is absolutely matching in dividing your body into left and right. Yeah. Similarly, there is a reference line. When you draw a straight line from here to here, your body is divided into left and right. The reasons why these anatomical landmarks are important, these landmarks will tell you where is your left, where is your right. Yeah. What is now transverse line, transverse plane or horizontal plane? When your body is, divided or sliced into half, it divides your body into up and down, ऊपर और नीचे. So आप बीच में से अगर आपको काटेंगे तो there will be top and bottom. So when you divide your body into your transverse line, it divides your body up and down, horizontal, vertical, left, right. All these planes and anatomical landmarks are very, very important for your Sujok body as well. Important why? Because you have to go to that place. Now, if you have to go to that place, now even in physical world, you were traveling somewhere, right? You will ask, where is this? Left, right. What is the landmark? Oh, there is a college here. Go ahead, take a right. Oh, there is a panwala there. Then go ahead. You have in your physical world as well. Similarly, when you want to go to a certain part in your body, there will be these landmarks on your hand which will tell you कहाँ जाना है, दर्द कहाँ है, बीमारी कहाँ है. Now, say for example, this is your thumb and this is your neck region. Now you have problem in your left eye. How will you go there? Now you will divide your hand into two parts. You will divide it into left and right, and then you will reach to the left eye, right? Similarly, you have everything in your feet as well. Now, these landmarks are important. So now when we are going to do practicals, first I will show you on your screen, then we'll do practicals, and then you can do it in your hand as well. So you will know that how do you draw these lines? How do you know these lines? So these are very, very, very important for each one of us to know that what is your mid sagittal line? What is the exact way, to reach that place. Yeah. So very important to know that there is something which is coming up for each one to understand, learn, and know. Yeah. So your central line divides the body into two parts, left and right, not just peripheral body, but also inside. This is also a very, very good point. Now, if you see your hand, and now inside, maybe you are not able to see it very correctly, but there is a shadow effect that you can see, and there are bones inside that. Now, when you have your hand, and it is kind of, divide your hand into two parts, inside also, when you go, the parts are divided equally between the two. The left side has two bones, the right side will have two bones, your head will have similar to your human body. So, not just about the physical outer world, but even at a bone level, you will enter in and you will see that your bodies are exactly divided into half and half, right? Your metacarpal on left hand and metacarpal on right hand is same. Your metatarsal on your left leg and your metatarsals on your right leg is the same. Similarly, when you divide your hand into two, inside the bones will also be similar, right? So this is furthermore telling us that yes, there is coherence, yes, there is similarity, and based on the similarity principle, we will treat the hand which is equivalent to human body. Now, if you look at even your thumb, yeah, you have your frontal lobe, you will have your temporal lobe, you will have your behind other two lobes. Similarly, in your hand, and you will see this in your further chapters when we do practical, in your hand, when you divide, this becomes your temporal lobe. On the sides, this becomes your um, the temporal lobes, and this becomes your frontal lobe. So you will see similarities working at every level, from your head to your toe. Everything works based on these diaphragm lines, yeah, based on the lines or landmark lines which you will learn. So when creator was creating, it was kept in mind that the hand will do its daily routine, but you dig in and you see that beauty, and when you, with that vision, with that consciousness, when you start seeing the hand, you realize that God is a masterpiece. Yeah, he creates masterpiece, and he himself is a master surgeon. Yeah, he's a master scientist. He's master of everything. And when you deepen and kind of find your space with him, your life, you'll only have gratitude to him. Now look at this similarity of hand to the body in relation of protruding parts to the line of symmetry. So if you look at your line of symmetry, right? Now, when you look at your hand, I'll show this practically also, and we'll whatever we have seen, we'll do it very practical, and I'll show you on my hand as well. Now, when you look at this line of symmetry, yeah, your hands and your feet are very closer to your central line, and your hands are a little farther away. Yeah. Similarly, when you draw center line, your two legs are very close and your two hands are a little farther away. So if I have to mark here, yeah, now yeah. Now if you see this part is the center. Yeah. Now these legs, these are your legs. These are your hands. This is your head or
Ma'am, we
brain.
are not able to see the screen.
You're not able to see the screen? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now if you see your if you divide your hand right from the center, these two are your legs. These two are your hands. This is your brain or head region. Now, your hands, if you see your hands in this human body, your hands are the farthest from the central line. So, see your central line and see your hands. They are the far. If you see your legs, they are much more closer. When you draw the center line from here, these two legs are closer. These two hands are far. And see your head separate, the highest. This is also separate. This is also the highest. Yeah. So we saw so many similarities. We saw a number of protruding parts. We saw the level at which they are. We saw the number of bones that are there. We saw the left and the right that are equally divided, not just outside, but also on the inside. Now we are looking at proportion. At the proportion level also they are similar. And now we saw that even at, hand and body and leg and body relation, these are also looking very similar. So now you realize more and more that your hand is similar to your human body. And it's an exceptional science that we see here. One by one, we see the similarities that are existing. And Sujok is not just about your hand and body or ye yahan, ye yahan. Now, what is the importance of Sujok is not just the plot, not just where it is. What is important is how do you go to that accurate point, and that accurate point is very important to locate through landmarks. So these coming 2 3 slides are extremely important for each one of you to know that where is what and how do you reach there. So if tomorrow your mother or father or anybody in your house or friends or neighbors have a problem, any part, any language, any body part, any disease. Disease are thousands and thousands, and you will not know the names. And every time you hear, oh, this is a disease, I didn't know, which is absolutely all right to have that. Even at certain levels, we will not know what is the disease because new and new diseases are coming up. What is important is to know that this disease is where. And once you know that this is disease is this location, you'll be able to treat the patient very successfully. Yeah. So your lines of symmetry, please be very careful and attentive in the next 3 slides that how do I draw these lines of symmetry. Now we go to the next slide. Your thumb is head. Now we all seen that. right? We all seen that thumb is equivalent to head. Your this phalange is equivalent to your neck. Now, why is thumb? Now, there are two things that a thumb does, or two things that the head does. One is the structure, and one is the function. Very important to know that there is a structure in it and there is a function in it. Now, if you see your head and if you see the thumb, they both look very, very similar. So, your structure, ढांचा, जिसको बोलते हैं how it is looking, yeah, when a newly married couples come, they'll say अरे दोनों अच्छे लग रहे हैं, yeah, अच्छे means what, they're looking good. So when you're looking at good, it means the structure and the outer beauty. And same thing is, we are looking and comparing that there is this head and there is this face, and is my head and face matching to the thumb? Yes, it is, in terms of look and feel. So if you see all our hands and legs and everything, our hands and legs are longest, our head is the shortest. In our five fingers, our this thumb is the shortest. And when we are looking at this, therefore, we conclude that structurally, when this is short and this is short and this has two and this has two, I completely agree and understand that this is equivalent to this. Yeah, so your thumb has a structural similarity. Now it also has functional similarity. Now, why we say it has functional similarity? Now, if you have to look at your head region in your body, you will always know that head is the master of everything. All your nervous system, all your communication from here goes down, and from down it goes here and gets processed, etc., etc. Yeah. Now, when there is this functional similarity, when we say that our head controls everything, our head controls our nervous system, our head controls our brain, controls everything. Yeah. Similarly, with this finger, if you didn't have a thumb, you'll not be able to do anything. You'll not be able to hold anything. So, the highest power, even in a hand, is with a thumb. Thumb has great significance. It has an immense significance, even spiritually. Yeah. So when you're looking at your thumb, even when you do your biometrics in today's world, also, what is the first two fingers that they take as biometrics? It's your thumb and it's your index finger. So not just back then, but even now here, even in our present times, your biometrics is your thumb and your index finger. Now, functional similarity, when we talk about functional similarity, first is the brain, which has the power. In your hand, it's your thumb that has the power. It will control all your fingers. It will tell what it is to do, whether it's to mudra or to catch or everything. Your thumb does it. Without the thumb, you'll not be able to do anything. Half of it you'll not be able to do. Without your index finger, you will be able to do at least 50%, 60% of your work. Without thumb, extremely difficult. So not just structural, but also functional. Now look at from the spiritual or from the energy perspective. So structural, now functional. Now we look at one more physical aspect of it, which is your every cell is mind, body, and energy, life. Yeah. So when we're talking about energy, let's look at that. When you are fine, when everything is going all right in your life, what do? You do a thumbs up. It's the same thing with your hand. So when things are not fine, what's the symbol that most of it is? It's like this, thumbs down. Why the thumb? Why not this? Why not this? Why not this? It's the thing which tells I'm fine. It's the thing which says that if this is okay, this is okay. And if my mind is okay, my brain is okay, my level is okay, my emotions are okay, everything in my life can be done okay. So it's not just your structural and functional, but even at an energy level, even at a spiritual level, things are fine. When you bow down, the first thing that you bow down is not your hand and feet. The first thing that you bow down is your head. And when you are bowing down, it means that I, entire human being, whether I bend down physically or not, or whether I bend down my head, my hands or not, I'm bowing down. And when I bow down, I'm bowing down as an entire human being, because entire energy is controlled with your head. So amazing similarities you will see, saying that your thumb is equivalent to your head. So not just your structural functional, but also at an energy level, this has immense potential. You put sindur in your head, this sindoor is here. It's where? It's not here, it's not here, it's here. It's the highest power, highest level. It, if this is red and on your head, it means that the husband is alive. It means that, structurally, functionally, physically, he's alive. It is a symbol of life. It is a symbol of energy. It is a symbol of great things coming your way. So your head is not just structural and functional similarity to your thumb, but also at an energy level it's the same. Yeah. I'll stop here to just check, if everything is being understood by everybody. Is any questions? Team, any questions? We are a team, yeah? So no, there is no level. There is always this openness. Please let us know. Any questions, any doubts so far in your understanding, any depth that you have missed out and you want me to retouch, or you all have missed out and you want me to retouch? Sangeeta ji, is Sangeeta here? No. Anybody, everybody, anything? Okay. So I'll just now focus on our practicals and on our hand region. Is everybody able to see my hand? Yeah. Now, how will you draw your diaphragm line? Everybody is able to see it? All the hands able to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, your diaphragm line, extremely important that we do your diaphragm line. You will start with your thumb. Yeah, you will start with your thumb. You will find the center on the top. Yeah. This is the center on the top. Yeah, you able to see?
Ma'am, not able to see, please.
Okay. So you have your hand. You will take the center of your finger.
Deepti, spotlight your camera.
Yes, sir. Now you are able to do that. Spotlight my camera, sir.
Yeah, not that one, your hand one.
Okay, I have not done that, sir. Wait. So could you do that for me, please?
No, I am not the host. You have to do.
Okay. So I will just make you host. So give me a minute.
Or you make me co-host, I will do.
I am doing that, sir. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Now, very simple. You will go to the center of your thumb. What is the center? And you will mark it over here. Yeah. You will open. Take the center here and draw the diaphragm line. Yeah. Then this between the two fingers is where you will do the center. And then this is your other line. Take the center here. Join these. And this becomes your diaphragm line. Yeah. And similarly, this and this center is what you will join. So technically, you will have center of this, center of this, center of this, center of this. Yeah. This becomes your diaphragm line, or rather your central axis, not even your diaphragm line. Yeah. So this is your central axis. And then we will see how do we take it forward. I now give the presentation. Yeah, so now how do I draw this central axis? Yeah, I will just show you even on the screen. Just a minute. I'm having this trouble shifting this. Yeah. Okay. Now this is something which is there. Now you take the center of your thumb right in the top. You do the dot here at the center of at the base of your thumb. This is one more line, and take the center here. Between the two fingers, between your ring finger and the middle finger, mark a dot. Yeah. Now join these lines together. It's not coming straight, but you get the gist. Yeah. So this, 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 and this. It has to be absolutely in an amazingly straight line. So when you start drawing and you start making in your hand, it will come a straight line. So very important to know that when you're looking at this center and this center, this is where most of the people go wrong, at the base of the thumb. Why they go wrong? They will just look at the thumb and they will mark it. What you have to do is slightly twist your hand and then see the center. Because when you're looking at thumb just like this, the center will be mismatched because your thumb is slightly curved. So broadly, you have to twist a little, find the exact center between the two, and then mark it over here. So when you mark here, is when you know that this is the center. So this is the place where most of them go wrong. They will just mark just like that and go ahead. What is important is to find the exact half of this line. And that's when you will know that your central axis line is there or not. Yeah. Okay. So where we were, thumb is equivalent to head. So everybody got the central axis line. Now we are saying is your structural similarity and functional similarity. We covered that. Energetically also we covered that. Yeah. Now never forget the foot, big toe. Now if we have to compare our hand and our feet, we will realize that more than a hand's thumb, the 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 toe, the big toe of our foot is much more similar to the human body. So a lot of times, and I've just started experimenting in last 2.5 to 3 months, more so on foot, for various eye diseases, and it's much better result, at least 30% better results to treat your sense organ related problems on your feet more than your hand. So we most of the times forget it. If there is an eye problem, because it's very easy, very convenient, we just put it over here. But sometimes in the night, try putting it on your feet and you will see that the results are much faster. After 4 hours, you would want to remove the seat because the energy is kind of, reached. So, so much better to treat your foot for many of your brain related problems, nervous system problems, because that is more similar. A lot of times, what's also important is to treat or do diagonal treatments. And when we study the 5-step treatment in Sujok, we will know this much more better, that when we start treating a foot and we start treating our hand, and that too a diagonal treatment, it gives much faster result. So when somebody is coming with a certain issue, treat the foot and treat the foot diagonally, and it will give you much faster results. Yeah, so very, very effective. Your toe is very, very effective in treating nervous issues, sense organ issues, face related issues, memory problems, only because of the principle of similarity. So I come back to the principle of similarity, very, very important in Sudo. More similar, more better treatment, more law of attraction, more similarity, and it's only multiplied when we do that. Okay, we covered this. This is the contraction part. This is where my hand is kind of, contracting. Similarly, my body can move forward. Our body can also move forward. It's not the case with backward bending. Backward bending you can, but only at a certain angle. After that, you're not able to do it. You'll not be able to hold it much more. Not everybody be able to do it. Somebody who's a gymnastics or somebody who's in yoga or somebody who's doing it, their body flexibility will be more, but most of the human beings, their forward bending is much much more than the backward bending. Yeah, and this is the side of contraction. Automatically, if this is the side of contraction, this becomes the side of expansion. And these are Sujok words. Yeah, contraction, expansion, these are Sujok words. So very important to keep them in your vocabulary running, that this is contraction, this is expansion. All these words are very, very important when you kind of speak that language. And when you speak that language, it always remember it is working at the level of similarity as well. So because I'm speaking a certain language and you are understanding a certain language, we both are matching our energy and therefore we are able to understand each other. Similarly, when we talk this language more and more, you become more and more aware and the consciousness increases and it opens more doors. And when it opens more doors, you get better results. And when you get better results, you believe in it a little more. So it's a more chicken and egg story, but you get the point that start using this language of Sujok more and more in your vocabulary. You will know that when you treating it, it will automatically then come. Your language will become little more Sujok language once you start doing it. Okay. Now we look at location of correspondences of various parts of hand and feet. Now we've seen and we know and we agree and we believe now that our hand is similar to human body and so is our foot similar to human body. And when we start exploring this furthermore, we realize there are 16 parts in the entire body, including, the sub parts, right? Your hand, your face and neck is two, your thoracic region and your abdominal region is two, your feet has three parts, your hands have three parts, total 16 parts. Similarly, when you look at your hand, it's very important to know that you have 15 of course in fingers. We all count 15. जब करते हैं तभी भी 15 15 याद रह जाते हैं. But it's very important that you know that your 3 and 4, your entire trunk is divided into two regions, your upper thoracic and your abdominal cavity. Now there are 7 cavities that are there in human body. All these 7 cavities are also important. So even if you don't know what are the names of 7 cavities, just remember that there are 16 parts, and the 16 parts corresponding to 16 parts on your human hand, and you'll be able to treat everybody. And when we come to the 5-step treatment, you will know step by step when, where, what, left, right, all of that. Now, bone structures of hand and feet. Now we've studied this a little more, that when why is this slide important? So far we speak a lot about hand only. We've not spoken so much about feet. Now, when Professor Park Jae started exploring the hand and he started seeing everything and he went deep, deep, deep to explore and understand, he realized that not just there is a similarity of human body on hand, but even the hand number of bones and number of bones on your feet are similar. And when he saw the similarity principle between hand and feet, it's when he realized that now that I'm able to treat people on hand, because your feet is also similar to hand, I should be able to treat even on the feet. And that's after a few experiments he realized that yes, now hand and feet are also similar. So that's when he came up with the premise that hand and feet both are similar to human body, and therefore we should be able to experiment, explore and present the entire universe to universe of human body on hand and feet to the entire world. Yeah, so that's when you come with bone structures and similarities. And we also have to say that, so similarity principle on the bones, and then we check that your foot shape may not be um very big, yeah. Foot is much more bigger and larger than your foot is much more larger and bigger because it's supposed to take the weight of your body. So while it is taking the weight of your body, it is doing the work which is supposed to design. So its primary function is to take the weight of the body, to walk, to give movement, help in the locomotive system of our body. When this locomotive system is functional, your hands and feet are moving and doing what it's supposed to do. But when they're not doing that, they're also doing the second most important thing of, representing your whole body in your hand and feet, and then treating um, the diseases. So your shape, while it is much more larger, the similarity is far more provable. And therefore, when we kind of treat, we should also be treating our feet to get better results. Yeah, now partial correspondence. Now, what is partial correspondence? Yeah, most of these terms are, while these are just terms and they may not be important from the treatment perspective, it's important because we are studying a subject. And when we study a subject, it's important that we know what partial correspondence means. It means that a certain part of your body is representing a certain structure which has the highest level of similarity. मतलब आपका बॉडी और हैंड तो है ही, बट कुछ कुछ जगह ऐसी है जो बहुत ज्यादा ये ट्रीटमेंट इस पे सबसे बेस्ट चलती है. जैसे आपके नेल्स है. सो इफ यू लुक एट योर नेल्स रिप्रेजेंट द इंसेक्ट सिस्टम, the animal system. So when the animal mouth and animal system is there, these nails are very very effective to treat your lower jaw problems, your teeth problems, your gum problems. Yeah, बट सो इट्स कॉल्ड सिस्टम के अंदर छोटा सिस्टम. तो अगर ये प्रॉब्लम है और यहाँ ट्रीट किया तो सबसे ज्यादा. सो व्हेन ही वाज एक्सप्लोरिंग एंड experimenting, Professor Park Jiwoo, he realized that certain parts of your body give more better results when you were touching that organ. Yeah, so when you want to treat your jaws, while this is also effective, very quick results or better results came when you were treating this part of your hand, the nail part of your hand, or the animal part of your hand. Yeah, so these partial correspondences were developed and the treatment became equally effective. So sometimes, based on your consciousness, based on other symptoms that the patient is telling, you would want to explore these parts as well. So yeah. So, for example, you have your shoulder joint and you have your armpit. Now, if you look at this picture, you can treat, of course, where the armpit is, your normal hand and where you'll do it. But what's important is to know that this is a special part. Sometimes the patient will respond more on this part than anywhere else. So never forget partial correspondences when treating Sujok body. Yeah. So these partial correspondences also are important. Just one Sujok point or one Jimmy, and check whether this is more sensitive or this is more sensitive. And the one that is more sensitive is responding to your treatment or going to respond to your treatment much more faster. So this partial correspondences are equally important. Okay, now how do we treat, right? Now, very very simple and very very effective. We will just touch this and then probably give a break of about 15-20 minutes, and then come back and join again. But how is this correspondence system work? We have declared that this is similar. Principle of similarity exists. Things are fine, they both agree, match. The proportions match, the levels match, the protruding parts match, the number of joints match, number of parts in the body and the number of parts on hand and feet match. So all these principles are matching. Now hand and feet became similar to a human body, agreed. But I am still not able to convince, why treating a seed or putting a seed on a certain part will treat something which is there inside. So it's very, very scientific and it's very, very detailed, and you will understand this more and more after this slide, right? Now, what is correspondence? Correspondence means there is a channel of communication between two similar things. Now, there is human body and there is hand. Now, between the two people, between me, the physical body, and the Sujok body, there has to be a channel of communication. And when I'm communicating, there has to be a point of communication. आपको अगर किसी को रिलेटिव को दुबई में बात करनी है या लंदन में बात करनी है तो यू कांट रैंडमली जस्ट कॉल, राइट? You will have a point of connect in London, and you are here. There is a point of connect in London, and between the two, you will be able to then talk because there is one point of connect. There is one chacha or mama, or there is a telephone, or there is somebody over there with whom you'll be able to connect. Now, when there is disease that is entering inside your body is in disbalance, and when this disbalance is there, it is communicating to this point on your hand, and there is a painful point that is created in your system. So now there is a body and there is a sujok hand, both have a point in common. मुझे आंख में दर्द है, there is a wave, or there is a pain, and when there is a pain, which means that वहां पे वो blood flow नहीं हो रहा, and वहां पे वो blood flow नहीं, so any pain is mostly no blood flow, yeah, or less blood flow, or जितना 100% से कम blood flow. More the pain, less the blood flow. Now, if the blood is not going there, or there is a hindrance, or there is a contraction, or some reason that is not there, there is a pain that is created. This pain will communicate with the point on your hand, and so now you have your pain in your body and you have a point in your hand. Both are in pain. Now, when you stimulate with a jimmy, this is a jimmy, and when I stimulate with a jimmy, what am I doing? I'm putting an external stimulation. This, I am by doing this, I'm removing anything that was coming in between. And when I'm removing a point here, it is sending a curative wave back into the main body. And from that main body, that pain or that hindrance goes away, blood flows, and the pain is gone. And that's how the disease is treated, right? So again, I'm repeating, there is a physical body and there is a sujok body. When we are saying both are similar or there is a correspondence, it means that the body is communicating with the hand in some form. And when the body is communicating with hand in some form, there is always a point. A point. Now, there is a hindrance somewhere in your body and there is some problem in your body. It will communicate that pain point over here. Yeah, so there is a pain point over here. And when I'll just wait, I'll just share it again. So there is this human body, and there is this sujok body. And when there is this sujok body and there is a pain, there is an illness that is coming. And when there is illness that is coming,
Excuse me, ma'am, we are unable to see your face or what you're showing.
okay, just on my video. You able to see me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now there is any disease that has come inside your body, and when there is a disease that has come inside your body, it means that the flow inside your body is kind of hindered. And when there is some kind of contraction, or there is some kind of hindrance inside, and that is the reason why there is a pathogen entered inside, and that pathogen has occupied that space, and because that occupied that space, it's not able to flow, and there is this hindrance. Now, when I say that there is a correspondence system, it means that your body is communicating with some point inside your hand, and there is a communication channel that is being developed between your body and your hand. Now, when I am using this jimmy or this pencil or the toothpick or matchstick and I'm stimulating my physical hand, there is a curative wave that is, I'm removing the hindrance from here. When I'm removing the hindrance by, pushing it over here or stimulating it or giving a massage, the hindrance is going away from here, and there is a curative wave that is transferred back to your body. And when there is this curative wave transferred back to your body, the hindrance inside your physical body is also removed, and that's how the disease is cured. So there are curative waves that this Jimmy etc has from your hand. So very important to stimulate a point whenever you find a pain. Now as therapists, when we become seniors, there is a pain in your knee, okay, let me check where is the pain, just do this, and then just immediately take a seed and apply. That's not the right way. The ideal way would be to stimulate, see where is this painful point, massage it for about 2 3 minutes, because that massage or that stimulation is going to send the curative wave back to the body. And when that happens and you stimulate and the effect of pain goes away, now you stop, stimulating your body. When you stop it after a few seconds or after half a minute, wait for some time and then apply again, most probably the pain will be little less than before. Yeah, it means that your body is reacting to that point, reacting to that curative wave. And when that stops is when you then take, a paper tape like this, and then apply seeds on that problematic area, and that's when you keep stimulating it. So for example, if there is a pain on my middle finger in this area, what I will do is I will first stimulate my hand. I will find out, where is the painful area. Oh, ouch. This is my painful area. Okay, now I will take my roller or something, give a massage for 2 3 minutes, see whether that pain is kind of, little bit better. Again, stimulate with Jimmy and see. Now the pain has to be slightly less than before. Sometimes when, especially lumbar problems, when you treat, again when you do, they will most probably say, पता नहीं चल रहा है, यहाँ था कि यहाँ था. Yeah, that is because when you have stimulated, you have removed some part of hindrance and the patient is now responding. Then you take a paper tape like this. Yeah, stick any seed which is most nearing the similarity principle. Say for example, I've taken methi seed, do this, apply it, and then you have mashed it, and then the treatment is there. Repeat it, repeat it. After it is cured, repeat after 1 month or 1.5 month for things. Now what if there is no painful pain? What if there is no painful point? Symptoms, these are called silent symptoms. Diseases like, say, diabetes, yeah, or even sometimes there is cough and cold, and if you try to kind of stimulate your lung area, or if you try to stimulate, you will not feel the pain, because acute diseases sometimes do not reflect it as a painful point on your hand, but chronic disease almost always will show a painful point on your hand, almost always. Yeah, so if there is a chronic disease which you are experiencing, there has to be a painful point. But if there is an acute disease, or if there is a very all over the body kind of disease like diabetes, yeah, where your blood sugar is higher and sugar is there in the entire blood and the entire blood is running the whole body, chances are that you may or may not have the painful point, and these are silent symptoms which you will have to pick up. And then with the consciousness that you have of Sujok, you will then apply, give that intention to the seed, and then do the application, and then it will result. Yeah, so I hope this is understood. So any questions so far before we take a break of 15 20 minutes? Any questions, others, anything? Any question on any topic? So for diabetes with seeds, so diabetes is basically multiple organs involved, generally would be. um you have pancreas, and not, I'm not talking about general pancreas, I'm talking about the gland pancreas. You have that, you have of course your spleen, and of course liver. Yeah, and sometimes because you have chronic diseases, you also have your kidney involved in it. So probably you will have all the four organs that are part of it. and you will have to treat all these 4 organs: spleen, kidney, liver, and pancreas. Yeah. Also, it will depend on what are the other symptoms that diabetes gives you. Chronic cases may have diabetic neuropathy, may have burning feet, may have other things as well. So which stage where you are, you will have to develop that consciousness. But at any level, even at the most significant level, you can start treating pancreas points, you can start treating spleen, and you can start treating liver. These three itself, if your age is less than 60, should give very good results. Yeah. Few of the things like, there is this instrument I may show you tomorrow, very good for diabetes. You have to just kind of pump that and keep putting it, and if even if you do 15, 20 times, 30 times, that should, because it basically bends this part of your hand, which generally takes care of most of your abdominal area, and that gives significant results in diabetes, is what we've seen. So my mom is diabetic and 15 years, and when she was doing it, it gave results, and after that she stopped doing it, and it never happened. So it's your uh, so we'll keep doing this, and you'll know a little more detail when we restart the session. So it's 16:41. We connect again back at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Or do you want to connect early? Anybody? All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Deep knowledge we have got today. Very nice session. It looks very simple also.
Yes.
You made it so simple with diagrams, with explanation, with examples. That is very straightforward. We are able to learn. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. You are on mute.
Thank you. So we meet again at 5.
Sure, ma'am.
Shall we start? Everyone is back. We'll wait for like about another 2 minutes, 1 minute. Ami, Urvi, are you all back? Anisha, Sharanjit, yes. Everybody else?
Yes.
A quick revision. Shirisha, you're back. Are you all able to hear me now a little better? I've just kind of manipulated a little.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So a quick revision as to where we are. If y'all are able to see this, okay, we always keep our hand like this. When we are looking at our body, we will always keep our hand like this. So essentially, when we are looking at our body, we are saying that this is the human head, neck, 2 feet, and 2 hands. Yeah. So again, most of the times we'll look at our body like this: head, neck, 2 feet, and 2 hands. Is this clear? So we'll quickly revise important points. Sujok works on a similarity principle. More similar, more the energy exchange, more the energy exchange, better the result. Yeah. Hand is similar to human body. Feet is similar to human body. These two are our feet, 2 hands, head and neck. Yeah. So this is our system. Central axis or the central line or the mid sagittal line, it divides the body into left and right. This is very important landmark. Most of these diaphragm lines, sagittal lines, transverse lines will be very important to locate a certain location. If you have to reach a certain place in your body, these would be your reference lines to find out the exact place. How do we treat? We first find out the painful point, stimulate it with Jimmy, yeah, massage, and then apply. Do seed therapy, magnet therapy, color therapy, rubber bands. We can use whatever, but the correspondence remains the same. Yeah. So that's another important point to notice when we are talking about Sujok hand. And the next part is we also spoke about how foot is also important. So whenever you're treating certain diseases related to face or sense organs or head region, most of the times try to touch your feet or your big toe, and that should give. So generally in Sujok, they say that if you're treating the upper diaphragm, hands are very good. If you're treating anything below the diaphragm, feet are very good. Yeah. So if you're treating anything below diaphragm, anytime, almost always touch the feet. Yeah. In terms of treatment, anything related to brain or the sense organs, also touch the big toe. So, with the similarity principle, because of the proximity principle, it works very well. Now, a very quick, before we kind of enter into the second phase of finding organs or getting into the details, I would like to touch one important point at this juncture is your 5-step treatment. So when we start with a 5-step treatment, the treatment talks about very clearly as to what is our steps to derive a location and treat. Yeah, it's a very simple 5-point treatment. Very simple, very easy to understand, and very easy to implement as well. But for that, what is important to know is the principle of similarity and all your landmarks. And now we will start with each and every aspect of how to find that landmark easily, in the most convenient way. Now, when we talk about treatment, we also have to find out what is it that we are treating it with. Yeah, we can treat with magnets, but most probably and mostly a lot of people, because things are available at their homes like seeds, um, people treat with similarity principle. And seeds also have mind body soul light. We also have mind body soul light, and because of that, the seed treatment is very very effective. Not that magnets are not, but seeds also are equally effective. So when you're treating seeds, try to find the similarity principle. Yeah, so for pancreas, for example, when we asked what is the best seeds for treating the pancreas, pancreas are in the shape of, if you kind of see the original picture in biology, it will be more like round, 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 very similar to the seeds of corn, makai. Yeah, makai ke dane. So if you're treating pancreatic glands with corn seeds, because of the similarity principle, it will be very, very beautiful. Yeah, the energy exchange is going to be beautiful. Treatment is going to be much, much faster. I treated my dad with rati seeds. If I can get it tomorrow, I will do that. But rati seeds are very good for hand treatment. Yeah, for heart treatment. Rati seeds are red in color. They have the thickest coating, and I used to treat my dad with that. He was a heart patient, and when I treated him with the rati seeds, the effect was far better. Yeah, you could see the difference between methi and rati when it was used, because rati seeds are red, because they have a very thick coating, just like a pericardium that covers the heart region. The effect is multifold. So rati seeds also make a very big difference. So based on the principles of similarity, right, try to use seeds which are there, which are very very similar to things, and we'll cover this as and when we cover various topics as to what seeds are good, what seeds are not good. But broadly, just a revision when everybody is back. Our face and our hand and feet are similar to human body. We mostly hold, the direction of our hand would be like this when we're looking at it. This is the human face, neck. These two are our feet, these two are our hands. This is the central axis. Similarly, this is a central axis in our hand. So these are important points that we are touching as revision. So central axis we covered principle of similarity, we covered 2 feet, 2 hands, and 1 hand. Now, if you look at biology, everything in medical is determined by a position called anatomical position. The anatomical position is like this, where your hands are like this and hands is like this. So everything has a reference to an anatomical position. So your posterior, anterior, superior, lateral, everything is based on that. So position of the human body and therefore its surfaces. Similarly, when we're looking at Sujok, we will have to find out what is the position that you're looking at and how are you going to treat a patient. So we covered now 2 hands, 2 feet, projections, hand, face. We covered so far this much. Now, I will just, before going through the PPT, I will just tell you what are the practicals and how we will treat. If you have to treat anything above the diaphragm is a muscle which divides our thoracic cavity to abdominal cavity. It's a muscle. Now, this abdomen, anything before or above the abdomen, you will hold your hand like this. Aise. So if there is an eye disease, you will hold like this. If there is a mouth disease, some, if thyroid, same. If you have migraine, same. So your position of your hand will be based on the disease where it is located. So above the diaphragm, you will hold your hand like this. Below the diaphragm, anything related to below the diaphragm, the position of your hand will be like this. Yeah. So above the diaphragm like this, below the diaphragm like this. Now don't do like this. If you do like this, your left right principle will go wrong. So if you want to check something behind, don't change your hand, don't pronate your hand. Supination position, and same thing, uh, you know, in front. Your contraction part is in front, my contraction part is in front. So we both are facing the camera. So when you are looking at your body like this, you have to hold your hand also like this, above the diaphragm, below the diaphragm like this. Is this clear, everybody? So any disease above like this. Any disease below, like this. Now say if you have eye disease, how will you hold? If you can switch on your videos, please do, everybody. Yeah, so if you have eye diseases, how will you do? Yes. If you have leg issues, if you have anything related to, say, throat issues, cough and cold, yes. And if you have, say, a pain in the stomach, so your anatomical position, very, very important. So when you are looking at any disease, first check above diaphragm, below diaphragm, above diaphragm like this, below diaphragm like this. Yeah, simple. Okay, now we go to the left and the right criteria or primary correspondence and secondary correspondence. Now, a lot of confusion that what is primary, what is secondary, should I treat, men is more left hand, women is more right hand, etc., etc. We will touch base all of that. Yeah. Now, if you have to look at your left and right criteria, okay, your left hand, anything which is closer to your left thumb, these two fingers are your left side. So your left hand, left thumb, two fingers besides that is your left side. If these three are your left side, what is this? Your right side. Yeah, very simple. So your left thumb, these two are your left. So these will be your left and this is your right. So when I'm looking at this is my left thumb. This two becomes my left leg, left hand. So this becomes my right leg, right hand. Now this is very, very, very simple. So again, I am repeating. Our entire body is mapped in both the hands individually. मेरा पूरा शरीर इसमें भी मैप्ड है, इसमें भी मैप्ड है. तो दोनों हाथों में दो लेफ्ट लेग होंगे, दो राइट लेग होंगे. दोनों हाथों में मिलाकर लेफ्ट भी होंगे, राइट भी होंगे. So both hands have left and right. Entire body you can treat in left hand also, entire body you can treat in right hand also, and same thing in the feet as well. But how will you find out, should I treat left or should I treat right hand? How will you find out that in this, which is my left hand, which is my right hand? Yeah. So very simple rule. Your thumb is left. So your these two fingers are also left. So this side becomes left. If this is my right, these two is my right, and therefore these two will become left. Yeah. So now when I'm looking at this is my left thumb. This becomes my left hand and left feet. This becomes my right hand and right feet. Same thing is this right. So if this is my right thumb, this two becomes my right hand and right feet. This two becomes my left hand and left feet. So thumb criteria, very important. Find out which is your thumb. Is it left? Is it right? Left ke baaju mein left, right ke baaju mein right. Simple. So this is how you are going to find out in your hand which is your left side, which is your right side. Yeah. We will also do it on hand practically as well. But right now, just kind of making sure that we know step 1, step 2, step 3. So step 1, above diaphragm, below diaphragm, above diaphragm like this, below diaphragm like this. Step 2, find out left and right. If this is my left thumb, these two become my left hand and feet. If this is my right thumb, this becomes my right hand and feet. Now, how do I know which hand should I treat? दर्द हुआ, पेशेंट आया, पेशेंट ने बोला मुझे लेफ्ट लेग में दर्द है. कौन सा साइड मैं ट्रीट करूं? राइट हैंड ट्रीट करूं या लेफ्ट हैंड ट्रीट करूं? करेक्ट. नाउ if the criteria is about left and right, very clearly somebody is coming saying I have a problem in left and right, whether it is a male or a female, you will touch the left side. If the patient comes and says I have right headache, the person comes and says I have right headache, you will treat the right side first. Yeah, right hand, right side, right? So this becomes my primary correspondence, which means अगर patient आया बोला मेरे को right में problem है, my right becomes the dominant side. If somebody says and that I have a problem in my left feet or left leg or left knee, I will treat on the left side. Doesn't matter whether the person is male, female. Yeah. Now, say for example, somebody's come with a problem of diabetes. Now, the person is come, there is no left and right in that. Now, how will you treat that patient? The patient is come with a problem of diabetes. Check whether the person is male or female. If it is female, you will treat the right hand. If it is male, you will treat the left hand first. Why? Because left is yang, left is expansion, left is male, left is yang. This is, female, this is contraction, this is warmth, this is sustenance, this is all of that. Yeah. So females are generally right, male is generally left. So if person or patient is coming with left and right problem, you will treat them based on left and right criteria. If it is not coming with left and right, you will treat the patient with male female criteria. Is that correct? Yeah. Now if the patient comes with left headache and you are trying to treat the thumb, because headache, head region, thumb, head region. So this is headache and I have to treat the person here. अब उसको लग गया हुआ है, उसने बैंडेड लगाई है. So now I have a problem with this hand. Now, if there is some problem and because of some issue I am not able to treat here, I will treat in this thumb also. I can treat. It will give same results or better results or equal results. But what's important is if the person was coming and the hand was all right, I would treat it this. Ideally, we should treat both hands, both feet, but very important and very fast communication if you are able to treat on the left side first. Yeah. So when you put that left side first and the person is on the left side pain, the treatment or communication between this body, Sujok body, and the main body is very, very fast. So again, we go back. Above diaphragm, this, below diaphragm, this. Anything which is closer on the left side, left hand and left finger is your left hand and feet. Right thumb, these two fingers are right side, therefore right hand and right feet. Yeah. Now, criteria is this. Now, what is yin and yang? You must have heard me speak about yin and yang. Very, very important terms in Chinese medicine. Very, very important terms in Sujok. Yin is also very important and yang is also very important. Yin and yang represent two sides of the same coin. It's like a balance. Yeah. Yin is contraction, yin is nourishment, yin is also related to organs which are functional, like they are not hollow. So these represent yin side of the body. The yang side is expansion. Day is day, pain, extreme pain, pulsating pain. That's yang. Yin is um, slow pain, dull pain. Yeah, so that is yin. Day is yang, night is yin. Um, then you have women or females are yin, males are yang. Yeah, so yin yang principle is required as well. So yin and yang is जो ठंडा है शीतल है, हाँ, that is yin. गरम है, that is yang. Yeah, cold, warm. Yeah. So these are yin yang principle is also very important, that consciousness you need to have when you are looking at diseases, or even if person is coming with pain and pulsating pain, ठक ठक ठक, बहुत सर दर्द कर रहा है, ठक ठक ठक, that is yang. Yeah, but कम थोड़ा थोड़ा मंद मंद दर्द है, that is yin. Yeah, so that difference is very, very important. Contraction, that is yin. Expansion, that is yang. So yin yang principle is also very important. So revising it: 2 feet, 2 hands, thumb, neck. Yeah, thumb, head and neck. Yeah, this is your trunk body. Yeah, above diaphragm, below diaphragm. Above diaphragm is your thoracic cage, below diaphragm is your entire digestive system sitting there. Yeah, then you have your yin yang principle that we talked about, and we also spoke about left and right principle. So is this all right? So now we start with the presentation, so you'll understand this a little more in detail. Then we touch upon the diaphragm lines as well. We spoke about how the diaphragm is, so we also will touch upon that. And that first we'll see the PPT and then do the practicals. But right now, let's kind of Um, I'll start with my presentation. So we closed over here. Yeah. So curative waves, is this understood by everybody? So when we are stimulating, so whenever there is pain in a body or disease in a body or anything entering our body, there is some amount of communication happening between Sujok body and physical body, and this communication is by way of one point of pain which reflects on your hand or feet. When we stimulate that with a massage or a stimulator, there is, we are removing that hindrance or trying to remove that hindrance, and when that happens, there is curative wave that kind of gets communicated back to the physical body. That's where the treatment starts, and that's where the flow happens, and once the flow happens, we are restored back in normalcy, and that's how disease gets cured. Yeah. And when we are stimulating with our with Sujok Jimmy, it's very important that we are very careful of whom we are treating. Diabetic patients whose skins are very sensitive or thin, who very senior citizens who can't take, just don't start poking or tuck. No, it has to be mild stimulation enough that the person is able to bear. So it is very important to have enough pressure, not less, not more, something that the patient is able to bear. At the same time, we need to look at the situation. Even if it is senior citizen, if the skin is very thin, then you will know that, okay, very mild stimulation needs to be given to the patient. Yeah. Now you have your yin yang border of hand and feet. So anything that is facing the sun, that part of skin which is facing the sun is yang. Yeah. So if you see this, your hand is facing the sun, and therefore the inner part is yin, outer part is yang. When we were, we have evolved from animal kingdom, and if we see how animals were standing, they stand on 4 feet, and when we got evolved, the position still remains that we check, whether which part of our body gets exposed to the sun, and this part gets exposed to the sun, so that is yang and this is yin. Now look at our feet. When we are looking at feet, this part on the top that we are able to see is yang. The one that is not seen or one which is facing the floor is the yin part. Yeah. This is your yin yang border of hands and feet. So now, not just yin and yang border, but wherever there is this yang and wherever there is yin, there is a line that you will see in your hand as well. Yeah. Now, when you kind of see this is the dark side, which is yang, this is the light side, which is yin. And this is the yin yang line border. So, wherever the day and night meets, that sunset and sunrise, yeah, wherever this yin yang line has immense potential and immense power. Why? Because it carries this neutral force. What is neutral force? This is hetero, this is homo. Yeah, homo means contraction, homo means coldness, homo means contraction. So this is homo, this is hetero. Hetero means yang. In Chinese you call yin yang, in Sujok you call hetero and homo. So this is hetero, this is homo. This center line is the yin yang line. Immense power. Why? Because we all are trying to find everything in balance. We want our life in balance, we want money in balance, we want everything, relationships in balance. This is a force that brings harmony inside the body. This is a force that brings balance inside the body. And wherever there is balance, life is good. Wherever there is balance, there is joy. Wherever there is balance, there is bliss. Yeah. So this yin yang line border plays a very important role. Same thing when you look at seasons, right? You have your summer, you have your winter, and between there will be autumn. You will have your winter, and you will have your summer, and between there is spring. So your springtime and autumn time, although in season you will have again two criterias, but I'm just trying to kind of say that in between things, they're very important because they bring a sense of balance. Even in political scenario today, if you see, India so far was very neutral ground, and therefore it was very safe. Now that it started taking sides, there is political unrest, right? So it's the similar thing everywhere. Wherever there's balance, there is harmony, and wherever there is harmony, there is peace, and when there is peace, there's bliss. So it's If everything is neutral force, everybody is trying to bring that neutral force into their life, and this neutral force is very, very important because it's um it's a merger between the yang and the yin, the hetero and the homo. Hetero likes change, homo does not like change at all. Yeah, hetero wants to go out and expand, and homo, it's, wants to be at home and there's homely. And therefore, it's basically the big bang theory that when earth was created, or when there was, Sunya se Shrishti, right? That Sunya se Shrishti is what? When there was zero force, when there was neuto force, Neuto, neuto force, from force, a big explosion happened. It went out to the farthest place, and that was yang, right? So first energy that came out was yang. And then that energy, and then to control that yang, you needed yin, and that's where you had the homo phase. And between homo and hetero, there is neutro phase, Neutro. So you have four forces, yeah. But primarily, we don't talk neutro, we don't talk shunya, because that's existent, hamesha rahega. But from that force came out three: Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, right? Three, tri-origin of Sujok. So it's this three forces, homo, hetero, and neutro, which are extremely important to run this entire um physical world. Yeah. So do not underestimate the power of this yin yang line. Yeah. These are the lines that bring about balance, bring about togetherness, bring about, and when the yin and the yang meet, is that things get created. So if they were not meeting at some juncture, creation was not possible. So it's very, very detailed. And if you enter into minute things of Sujok, you will be amazed as to how things work, right? Whether you connected with Trajan, whether you connected with your philosophy, whether you connected with your spirituality, you will be amazed at the layers that Sujok has. And more deep you get, you will realize that it's beautiful to explore this world of Sujok. Yeah. So, without kind of entering much more into the yin yang, and I just come back to the presentation. So yeah, so your never underestimate this yin yang border. So you have your yang, you have your yin, and the center line that you see is your yin yang border. Yeah, very important and very crucial in a lot of things that you will see. A minute. I'm resharing my screen. Yeah. Now, yin yang, border of the body, hands and feet. So basically, it just says, okay, so it's very important concept that you see this in your everyday life. And I will just like to kind of, just give me a minute. Yeah. Are you able to, I will just spotlight myself. Yeah, you're able to see. Now, this is extremely important concept, because you will have to understand that this is going to be how the body remains. Yeah, so you have something called yin yang line, you have something called border. Now, how are you going to check whether which part is yin and yang? So for that, you always see that human face is going to be, this is generally the case. Yeah. Now, you will see the body in this shape, always in the standing position. Yeah. Very important to see that you see the body in this shape, which means that you have your body straight, and your feet are going outside. So you're basically, you have your,
Ma'am, can you put the camera a little towards
are you able
your
to-
right? Yeah, this is
Yeah,
good.
no,
This is good.
Yeah.
This is better.
So now if you kind of see this, it's very important to see that how you draw, because this will be important, how you draw your feet, how you drew your ankle, how you drew your knee, how you find that position. So when you're looking at your face, this is your human body. This is how you will see, like when a baby is born, yeah, and how they have their feet. This is how you're going to keep your, this is your central axis, yeah. So if you see further, this is your central. Now your ankle, the heel joint, is actually facing the center of your line, and your hand is like this. So when you are looking at body and you are seeing this straight position, it's not actually straight position, it's like a baby position. When a baby is born, the feet are like this. So your heel is basically touching the center line. Yeah, so when you have your body, always remember that this is your body. So your heel is facing your center line. Getting this? Yeah, so when we'll
yes.
see this also on your PPT, but it's very important that you know that when you're looking at human body, you always map it from the central axis. And that's why I taught the central axis first, before even the diaphragm line. So when you're looking at your body, you will see that your feet or your ankle is baby position. When a baby is born into the world, the baby is not, walking straight. It is, your पैर फैले हुए होते हैं. It's like this, it's facing outside, so your heels are facing the central axis. So this is very important to know, because this is going to determine the position of your hand, feet, fingers, everything. Yeah, so when you come and find out the exact position, this becomes extremely important. So I will now start sharing again the PowerPoint. Yeah. So now you have your yin yang border of body. Now see this, okay? Now this is your central axis, and your heels are touching. This is the behind side, but heels are touching or more closer to your yin yang line. Yeah. So similarly, when you are looking at human body, you will look at it as this is your trunk. You will look at this as, person. This is your feet. And from the center line, you have this part as your heel, this part as your heel. And therefore, heels are closer to your central line. So when I draw a center line from here, if these two were legs, this part, I will change the color. This part will become my heel. This part will become my knee. So very important to know that knee is away from the central line. So when you are plotting knee on your hand, so more than heels, knee is very important, because 30% of the patients come for your lumbar pain and all, another 10-15% come for knee pain. So more than this part, what is important is to locate your knee position correctly. So again, we go back, we draw this again. There is this center line. This is your important line, landmark. This is your leg. This is your leg. if we have to locate a knee, which is this and this, you locate it away from the center line, so your knee becomes this and this. Is this understood by everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So very clear guidelines as to why knee is not right in the center. So if you had originally planned, or if you knew Sujok before, you would have said that this is my knee and this is my knee right in the center. Yeah. But that is not the case. Your knee is not in the center. Your knee is at the side. This is the correct position. Yeah. So we go back next. So here I've done that for y'all. So if you have to open your feet like a baby, a newborn child, and this position comes from that because when you were born in the world, you didn't come with your feet closed. You came with awe. You came with your hands open. You came with your feet open. You came with smiling face. You came as a perfect mental, physical, human face. And when you were born, that's when you see this space, and that's when you have your knees out, and it's outside, and therefore from the center line, this is your knee location. Yeah. And this is your yin position. So this is very, very important, because when knee patient comes for the treatment, of course you have other ways to find out, by figuring out where is the painful point. But immediately when the patient is coming, the first thing that needs to be seen is your knee locations. So this we covered two standard positions of hand: above diaphragm, below diaphragm. Above diaphragm, you will keep your hand same. Below diaphragm, you will keep it down. Not in a pronation way. It will be, you will, your contraction side and your main body contraction side will be facing the same side. Now, first standard position of hand and feet to search for correspondence of body above the diaphragm. So we spoke about this, very simple. Any problem above the diaphragm and below the diaphragm. This is already covered. So once I've done that practical, this becomes easy. Otherwise, this is just basic diagrams. Yeah. So do not pronate your hand. Pronation is not allowed. Don't turn your hand. Don't change your hand. Just keep it. If you're facing and your body is facing the camera, both have to, your contraction side and Sujok body contraction has to be the same. Yeah. Now, location of upper line of the diaphragm. Yeah, this is very, very important thing in locating the upper line of the diaphragm. We've covered this, but still we will do practicals also after we cover 4-5 slides. But very important that we talk about. So you will find the tip. So if when you're finding the tip, find the perfect center point. Yeah, this is there. When you're looking at this thumb, find the perfect center line over here, and find the perfect center line over here. So this is your hand, straight line. You have two creases here. Find the one where sometimes some patients have bend over here, sometimes some patients have bend on the first. So ideally we should be taking the first, but some patients, if the bend is slightly from behind, you will take it from behind. But here you will have your first point, here you will have your first point, here you will have your, this is your center or line of symmetry of the hand, or your upper diaphragm line. Upper diaphragm line is nothing but your lifeline. And when you have your lifeline, actually it's your bone and end somewhere here. So your actual diaphragm line is here. But if you have to kind of check this, you can just take this as your line of symmetry or your upper diaphragm line. So if you have to put your upper diaphragm line, this is where your diaphragm is. And when you have to find, now this is your yin yang border, this is your center line that you have drawn. Now this to this measurement, same measurement you will take here. So basically your diaphragm will end here. When we are extending, it's a different thing, but you will just kind of say that this exact measurement and this exact, because your left and right diaphragm can't be small and big. Yeah. You are, and in this cavity, you will kind of consider this as your thoracic cavity. But ideally, your diaphragm ends here, where you have this side and this side being equal. So if you look at the figure correctly, this is equal. If you, anybody who's done geometry, they will know this is equal sign. Both are equal. This size and this size is same. So draw the center lines, and this diaphragm, you have equal joints. Yeah, is this understood? So now retouching this diagram, and when you actually see human body, you have your diaphragm here and you have your center point. This point is equal to this point. This point is equal to this point. And you have drawn this line here to here. This line is from here to here. Yeah. Now this is a straight line that you have drawn. Now this left to right and this is same distance. So your this diaphragm line and this diaphragm line is the same distance. Yeah. Is this understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So now go your upper line of the diaphragm. This is so now this is very important. Now you have taken this line of the diaphragm. You have drawn the diaphragm from here to here, exactly behind the yang surface. अगर आपका diaphragm आगे है तो पीछे भी होगा. Yeah. So जितना distance आगे था उतना ही distance पीछे है. So this is equal to this. Yeah. So technically your upper diaphragm line and your पीछे का line has to be equal measurements. We'll do this in practicals, but just before we do this diaphragm line on practicals, it's always better to show this diagram so that you're able to understand this a little more when we actually do the practicals. So your diaphragm line is very, very important, because when you patient comes with pain on your left breast or left heart, or heart में problem है या lung में problem है, how will you determine left and right and which exact part to go? So this is your diaphragm that will take care of all of that. So now this is lower line of diaphragm. This we've covered. Now, yeah, so this is very important. So everything that we explained, I've kept it like that. So this is your upper diaphragm. This is lower diaphragm. Diaphragm is the same. It's not that we have two different diaphragms, but we have divided it, that upper part and lower part, and therefore this is the border that connects the upper part and this is the border that connects the lower part. Diaphragm is the same. Do not make that mistake. There are two diaphragms. One diaphragm only in our body. Back, it is it it's the one diaphragm. Now when we're looking at this and this, essentially it means that ये center line है. This is equivalent to this is equivalent to this. Yeah, all three sides are same size. So this is primary and secondary correspondence. We touched this as well. What is primary? What is secondary? So now we are looking at left arm, left hand, left hand. This we'll do practical. This will be much better when we show this. Yeah, practical. Remove the spotlight. Wait. Are you able to see us now? Hello? Everybody is able to see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Quick two things when we're looking at primary correspondence and secondary correspondence. So when we're looking at a primary correspondence and secondary correspondence, there are very, very important to find out what is primary, what is secondary. We found out what is primary, what is in the hand. Now, when we want to find out primary correspondence and secondary correspondence in our left hand. Now, this is my left hand. This is my left side of the body. Now, anything that is facing on this side, when I divide my face is on the thumb, right? Am I there? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Am I seen? Because I am not able to see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, very, very important to know this. Now, this is my hand. Very simple things that we'll do. Now, entire body is mapped in this hand, right? Now, I'm looking at my hand. I have to find out which is my left eye in this and right eye in this, right? Now, if this is my body, I'm dividing my center line. Yeah, I've divided my body or my head in two parts, left and right. Yeah. Now, which in my thumb, I will know. How will I know which is my left side, which is my right side? Now, person has come with left eye problem. Okay, I will select my left hand. Now, left hand I've selected. Now, within this hand, how will I know whether which side is my left side, which side is my right side? Now, when I'm looking, my first position is this way. Where is my left eye? This side. Practically, in my body, my left eye is this side. So when I have to look at my body and I divide this in the center side, this side is my left, this side is my right. So this will become my right eye, this will become my left eye. बहुत ही simple. Person has come with left eye problem. Left eye problem है. Which hand will I select first? Left hand. When I select my left hand, within left, which is my more left and less and which is my right? जो left side है वो left है, जो right side है वो right है, right? So very important that you maintain this position. Your left is this, so my in hand also my left will be this. In my hand my right is this, so in my hand this will be my right side. Yeah, so very, very simple. When you're looking at your hand again, somebody's come with toothache, left toothache, I will say that this is left toothache. I'll select my left hand, so I selected my left hand. Above diaphragm, below diaphragm, above diaphragm, so I will put my hand like this. Which is my left side? This side. So everything on this side will become my left and everything on this side will become right. तो अगर मैं divide करती हूँ ये thumb को, my this side becomes right and my this side becomes left. Is this understood by everyone? So very, very simple tips. जिस तरफ आपका इंडेक्स फिंगर है, ये कौन सा इंडेक्स फिंगर है? लेफ्ट इंडेक्स फिंगर. तो ये लेफ्ट इंडेक्स फिंगर है तो उस तरफ इट्स लेफ्ट साइड एंड बाकी का राइट साइड. ठीक है?
Yes.
इस तरफ का मेरा इज दिस इज माय राइट. सो विच कौन सा मेरा इंडेक्स फिंगर है? राइट. तो कौन सी साइड मेरी राइट होगी? इस तरफ. और ये तरफ मेरा लेफ्ट है. ठीक है? सो
Yes.
सिंपल टिप्स. लेफ्ट आई प्रॉब्लम, सिलेक्ट लेफ्ट हैंड. लेफ्ट हैंड मतलब this. Now I have to divide my face into two, left and right. I divide my thumb into left and right. If I have to treat my right eye, I will select the right side. If I have to treat my left, I will select my left side. Simple as that. Yeah. So this is same. So now if we have to go back to our scope of work, we say that left part of the body. So now this is my left hand. So this is my left hand. Is not getting selected. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. Now this is my left index finger. So this side is my left territory. And this side is my right territory. Got it? Now this is my right hand. So this becomes my right index finger. Correct? So select that, and then this becomes, so on the same hand they've given secondary correspondence, but I'm talking about this is your right hand, this is your right index finger. So this part will become your right territory. This part will become your left territory. Yeah, simple. Let's go next. Lying below the diaphragm. Below the diaphragm, very simple. Like again, this is your left hand. This is your left index finger. We covered this center line. तो ये आपका left hand बन जाएगा और ये आपका leg बन जाएगा left. If we have to look at right hand, divide this into two different parts. Yeah. Now this is your right hand, so this is your right index finger. And therefore this part becomes your right side. And this becomes your left side. Simple? Is this very difficult?
Yes, understood.
Yeah. Very, very simple ways to find out. Just keep your index finger in, remember it. अगर आप index finger देख रहे हो, left side है, वो आपका left side हो गया. Right side है तो right side हो गया. Now lower line of diaphragm on hands and feet. This we've covered. This also we covered. Primary, secondary correspondence, we've touching it. Now, so whatever is primary means left hand में left foot is primary, तो दूसरे secondary हो गए. Right hand में right hand में right hand वाला finger is primary, so बाकी सारे secondary हो गए. Got it? Now this is very, very important, right? So I'm just before we go this, and this is probably the last topic that we will cover today, as starting with your hand, with your, very important to know how to map this, because this is not just important from Sujok perspective, but also from TCM perspective. Whoever is using Buell, whoever is using, so as you go up in the ladder and you've started using TCM, this Sujok figure, amazing help in TCM, amazing help. Once you know this correctly, your TCM fingers on your thumb will not go wrong, at least for the most important points that you keep using. Yeah. So I'll just show this as spotlight. I will just, let me just do this. So if you know this figure, you will know that yeah. Now I will just try to tell you as much as I know. Okay, now you have your thumb. One second now. I all okay. Is this seen? So you have your thumb. Yeah, you have your thumb, and this is your phalange. This is your thumb. This is your head. This is your neck. Yeah. Now you have your head, you have your neck, and you have this entire thing. Now divide this into half and divide this also into half. This is your center line. Yeah. And this, so you divided, this is your neck region. So you
Can
divide
you
it
move
first.
the camera just a little so that the lower part is in the focus?
So currently we're not looking at the neck, we are treating
Okay.
the face. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just dividing this so that we know that we don't mix it up with the head region. So this is your neck region, this is your top phalange. तो अगर आप अंगूठा अपना देखेंगे तो दो पार्ट में डिवाइडेड होगा, एक ऊपर एक नीचे. तो नीचे वाला आपका नेक है, ऊपर वाला आपका थंब है. Now divide this into two equal parts. Now further divide this into two equal parts. And इन बीच के वापस और एक. So total 8. So you have your this line which is main, and you have your this line which is main. Then you did this.
मैम वॉल्यूम बहुत कम आ रही है, क्या मुझे ही कम आ रही है क्या?
No, I think has been. I will just double check why that is the case. I've tried doing it, but see this. Now you've divided this into two parts equally. This is also important. Further इसको half में divide करना और दोनों के बीच में half half करना. So you have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. आप अपने पेज में भी ड्रॉ करते जाएंगे तो इजी पड़ेगा. तो आपका पूरा हेड इसमें आ जाएगा. नाउ जस्ट अबाउट द सेंटर लाइन you will have your eyes, and on that you will have your eyebrows, and from your bottom leave one, and that will be your mouth, and then your nose. Now why this is important from the perspective of, and this will be your ears of course. Now why this is important from the perspective of TCM. TCM अगर अंगूठे में आपको जाना है और आपको पता है कि मेरा UB1 या स्टमक 1 यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है या UB2 यहाँ पे शुरू हो रहा है, आँख के वहां से, just find out eye and this becomes your TCM point. If you have your problem with LI19, LI20, you will find, okay, this is my LI20 because my nose ends here. Yeah. So very, very important from TCM perspective also. So again, I will do this for everybody of us. Yeah. You have your entire head or your thumb. You have this as your neck region. This as your head. Head. Yeah. Now you have your head. Divide this into two parts. Exact. Half. Further divide this into two parts. And further divide this into, so equal 8 parts. Yeah. Then which is your main line, you remember. Otherwise you'll make mistakes. So when this is your main line, which I have drawn little longer, exactly above that you will put your eyes. And then you will have your eyebrows. And then from bottom where your neckline is there, वहां से एक छोड़ दो, वो चिन के लिए. फिर उसके बाद आपका स्टमक आएगा. Sorry, your lips or your mouth.
4th and 7th.
Yeah. And then you have your nose. Now this becomes very important from your TCM perspective also. So don't ignore this face. Sometimes when you see a lot of people, what they will do, they will just put randomly आँख, नाक, मुंह. Yeah. Now somebody will say कि अगर किसी का सर बहुत बड़ा है या कान बहुत बड़े, जैसे दीपिका पादुकोण के इतने बड़े कान है, what will I do? You can adjust based on saying that, okay, little up, little back, but it can't be very disproportionate. Never will be. It's his creation. So if you have to, your ball mark difference can be 19 ways. It can't be, 15, 20. So when you are looking at a certain particular person, if he has a bigger area of chin or bigger area of forehead, you can adjust little bit, but don't go too overboard in terms of telling where your eyes should be. Some people mark, okay, I will tell you how most of the people do as therapists, right? I will redo this. Most of the therapists will do like this. This is your neck region. This is your head region. Most of people will do like this, like this. उभरा हुआ part है वो नाक है और फिर मुंह बना दिया. Now, if you say ubra hua part, people don't know what is ubra hua. They'll not look from the side. They will look in front. They will see what is there and then just put the seed. Incorrect way. Divide your face into 4. Then divide it again into 2. Then again in the center. Yeah. And then see where your eyes were drawn and see now exactly where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here. And where we have drawn here. Yeah. So these mistakes when we do, imagine how will we put LI20, how will we put LI19, how will we put UB1, UB2, UB5, whatever. Yeah. So very, very clearly, this gives you perspective when you're using your Buell chart as well. So when you look at Sujok and when you look at the beauty of its implementation, and when you find that accurate point, not just for this, even for your higher levels, this is extremely important when you market. And life becomes very simple because from the entire face points that we have on or thumb points that we have in TCM, how many do we use? 11. And these 11 points can be easily marked on these thumb when you know that this is my correspondence and this is how I'm going to use my Sujok. Very important. Yeah. So any problem in understanding this part of the diagram? And now we come back to our presentation. So now you'll understand this much more. ये आपका neck region है. Now let's look at, you divide this into half. Yeah. Now, and you divide this into half. Yeah. Then you divide again into, I will take another color so we know different colors. Now, we again divide this into half. Then further we divide. This is, of course, we all know the base, right? So base remains the same. और उसको फिर से और एक बार divide कर लो. Now plot. Very, 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 very easy. Eyes, yeah, nose, lips, नीचे का एक पार्ट छोड़ दिया, चिन्ह है वो आपके mouth region. This is your nose, etc., etc. Now, say if you have to do now LI19, LI20, you will take LI20 and put here. Is it not? Yeah, very simple. If you have to put this, teach this point, turn this into this. Yeah. So also this is very helpful if you're using needles in Sujok, because needle gives you a very different perspective, right? Because if you're using needles in Sujok, this becomes then very, very
The voice is very low.
So 1 minute, I have to do something about the voice. It's on the full though, and I have no idea why it is not able to hear. So anyways, this is something I'll try to speak louder. So is this understood? Now ears also very, very important that we know where the ears are. Now see the eyebrow level, and between this junction is where you will start your ears. So when you're treating your ears, when you're treating say vertigo, you will have to treat your ear point, you will have to treat your cervical, and you will treat, so all possible reasons that you can think of vertigo you are treating with seed. If that was not the reason, it is not going to create curative waves, and if it is not creating curative waves, there cannot be side effects of it as such. So if you have to relook at and redesign this entire thing, this thumb becomes very very important, because from this you can treat your TCM points, you can treat your all of it. Yeah, is this understood, or is there anything additional that you need to know, read, learn?
It's clear.
Urvi, Shirisha,
Yeah.
Kavita ji. Okay. All right. So this is where our today's class ends. Any key expectations that you all have from tomorrow's session, please share them in the group. I will try to kind of incorporate. Of course, I will try to increase the volume, but I'm not sure what is wrong in this. But I'll try to figure a way where I can, if I can on my other phone's video, then this is better. Yeah,
मैम
so
Just
आपकी नॉइज तो अच्छी है, आवाज तेज है मैम।
acha.
दीप्ति,
Yeah.
ऑडियो में साइड में एक अप एरो दिख रहा है, उस पर क्लिक करो, ऑडियो सेटिंग्स आएगा, ऑडियो सेटिंग्स में जाओ, और माइक्रोफोन के नीचे एक बटन दिया होगा ऑटोमेटिक एडजस्ट का।
Setting. If I go on setting, should I share? Okay, so I'll, when we drop, I'll do that. So, anyways, also I can share my screen. Wait, I'll do that right now. Yeah. Okay, so I am here on my screen. I'm going on and I'm doing my settings. Settings में गई. Sound.
सेटिंग्स में जाएंगे, माइक्रोफोन, एक आएगा स्पीकर, एक आएगा माइक्रोफोन।
Microphone array.
हाँ, माइक्रोफोन में आएगा, उसमें देखो नीचे एक बटन दिया होगा ऑटोमेटिक एडजस्ट माइक्रोफोन वॉल्यूम,
Okay,
इसको क्लोज कर दो।
so वो 90 से ऊपर जा नहीं रहा है, 100 ले नहीं रहा है.
हाँ, वॉइस तेज हो गई ना, उसको ऑटोमेटिक को क्लोज कर दो और ऊपर वाला जो इनपुट वॉल्यूम है उसको बढ़ा दो। फिर जिसको
हाँ.
ज्यादा लगेगी वो अपना वॉल्यूम कम कर लेगा, तुम्हारे एंड से फुल वॉल्यूम मिलेगा।
हाँ, understood, sir. I'll do that.
ओके,
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any other things which you all want tomorrow to be taken care of? Then I'll try to touch that base and see. Or any specific disease that you all want to know, then please share that in the group. I will try to cover that. We have about, I've covered about 35 diseases, but so a very quick division. I know everybody wants to go for chai, but a quick revision. Very quick, yeah. Above diaphragm disease, hold your hand like this. Below diaphragm, hold like this. You have, this is your trunk, your 2 feet, 2 hands, and 1 head and neck. Yeah. So above diaphragm like this, below diaphragm like this. Yeah. Your left side is anything which is your left thumb is your left side, anything which is right thumb is your right thigh. Now within your left thumb, what is your primary correspondence? अगर left है और ये 2 fingers left में है तो ये आपका primary है और ये 2 आपके secondary बन गए. Right में right side का primary है और ये 2 secondary बन गए. So primary, secondary. This is yin, this is yang. This is your yin yang border. Yin, yang, yin yang border. Yeah. Right side, right index finger, right middle finger, primary correspondence. Right side, other 2 fingers, secondary correspondence. Left thumb, left index finger, primary. Other 2, secondary. When you look at your left hand, may any problem, you look at your thumb. Which is your index? This is your left index finger. So this side is your left, this side becomes your right. So these are few things that you keep in mind, curative waves. Sujok works on the principle of similarity. More similar, more the energy exchange, and more the energy exchange, more the cure. Yeah, so simple, basic things, and we do this again tomorrow then. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the patience everybody's shown, for the detailing, and yeah, see you tomorrow.
थैंक यू
Thank you
मैम,
so
आपने बहुत
much.
ही अच्छा पढ़ाया है और अच्छी नॉलेज दी है। और
हाँ।
आपने इतने लंबे टाइम तक इतने घंटे पढ़ाई रखा, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है मैम।